Guys, I think I've had another crafting failure. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Donna. This is my Wonderland and I am so happy to have you here. If you are a returning subscriber, thank you so much. Please comment below what is your favourite video that you have seen so far on this channel and I will be sure to comment back. And if you are a new person here for the first time, then welcome to my Wonderland. I hope you stick around, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any videos I put up. If you are new, pop a red heart in the comments and I'll be sure to say a personal hello to you. So this week we are revealing the final look of my crochet shorts project that I was doing following Bruna's original video that she did 2 years ago. And guys, I didn't realize that she'd done it 2 years ago until I was looking back through her videos for something else that I was potentially going to be crocheting, and I wanted to see if she had a tutorial to follow, and I noticed that that shorts project was 2 years ago. So I am going to share with you, some of you will know that I was on holiday for a bit. The shorts actually took me 8 days from when I started to when I finished. I'm going to take you through what that looked like in the clips that I took whilst I was away, and then I'm going to come back at the end and tell you what my final thoughts were on the shorts, the things that didn't quite go so right, and yeah, the final outcome. So let's jump in. It may be a bit choppy because I didn't know how I was going to put this together, but let's jump into the making. We have just got back. We have gone for a walk on the beach. Matthew did not go beach shoe prepared, just saying. And it was very windy down there. So the sun, by the time we got here, the sun kind of disappeared almost as soon as we arrived, and it's been a lot cooler. It was stuffy in here when we first came in, but it's been a lot cooler, and it was very windy down on the beach. So the water attacked me and it was cold, and we then went and had dinner in the restaurant here, and then took in the evening entertainment, which was highly entertaining. I'm going to insert a clip, but I thought before I carry on, because we've come back to the caravan now and we're gonna, I don't know, watch a bit of telly or something, and I'm going to carry on doing this. And so I thought I would show you where I've got to so far, what I did in the car on the way here. So we are this far, and we are slowly increasing at the bottom to expand for thy hips. Hips have got some space. So what I did in the car, I think I left you on the purpley colour. So I've done the blue, the light pink, and then now I'm back on the dark blue. Then I'm going to go back to the light pink. I think I've just hooked up the light pink to go again. So I'm going to be building this up now. She says in there that she did 20 rows. Basically, I've got to go until this measures my hip measurement, and I'm going to be adding on stitches every other row to increase it for my hips. So we shall see how far I get, but that's how far I've got. I'm going to go and sit over there on the comfier sofa and continue to crochet. Good morning, guys. It is Thursday morning and our last full day here in the caravan in Hemsby. I just, like, my
tripod is broken. I think I showed you guys in a video ages ago that one of the legs came off and I needed a new one. Haven't got a new one yet, and it's just taken a tumble over a cup and a bowl, and Matthew just freaked out about it. He was just, oh my God. Just made me laugh. Okay, so I thought I would come on and show you how far I've got. If you can hear that in the background, that is Matthew. He is sorting himself out in the bathroom before we go out. So yesterday we went to Great Yarmouth and we walked along the beach, walked 10k yesterday, did 15,500 steps. So I did some crochet while I was in the car. Very difficult on bumpy country roads to do crochet. And then I also did some when we got back here. We watched Sense and Sensibility with Emma Thompson and Kate Winslet and all the other fantastic actors in that one last night, which made me happy. But I've run out of this colour. So I'll insert a picture of the shorts here. This is my orange. This is my orange colour. So I was trying to do the stripes in the same way that she was doing them, the same sort of thickness of stripes. And as you can see, mine has got this part is the orange bit, and then there's supposed to be another big chunk. Well, I've only got this much wool left. And again, I bought the same amount of wool, but my shorts are bigger. So I knew that I would probably have less wool to work with. So I can buy some more of this, but obviously if I buy it and I want to continue doing the shorts in the same way as she has, then I have to stop now until that wool comes. Else I can buy a ball of it and I can continue and do something different. So I did bring a couple of other colours so that I maybe make it 5 or 6 colours. So I bought a couple of other colours, and I think if I was going to use another one, I would want to use this one, but it's kind of the darker piece. So we've got the light and then this is supposed to be darker, so I'm not sure. I will probably do this for a little bit, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to look back at this picture that I've put in for you guys so I can kind of see where the other stripes are landing in the full image of the shorts, so that I can decide what I want to do, because I don't want to stop doing it. Because I've got some time. We're going to go back to Great Yarmouth today, but we're going to go and visit the Little Venice Gardens and do that today. So I wanted to be able to do some crochet in the car again. And if I don't have this colour, these are my options. I could go back and do one of the colours that I've already got, so I could do more of the pink, so we're keeping with the 4 colours, or I could bring in this kind of, it's a lilac-y mauve colour. So I'm going to have a think about that, but this is what I have got so far. So this is the high-waisted part, and then we're going down onto the hips, and you can see that I have made this wider, so it's a lot looser at the bottom there. So I need to measure that, which I'm going to do today, just to see how far we've come, because in the video that I watched, she does 20 from this point, I think 20 rows, and she's increasing kind of every other row until she gets to her hip measurement. So I just want to check where I am. She did very kindly put below the gauge for hers, and I think she said she was doing 6 rows to 7 single crochet, or half crochet, sorry, 6 rows down and 7 half crochet across for a 5x5. So I looked at mine yesterday and I'm actually doing 7 rows down and 9 half crochet across. So I am fitting a lot more crocheting, which means my holes are a lot tighter, which is good because I'm older than she is and I feel like I need the coverage a little bit more. So so mine is tighter than hers is, so the weave is a little bit tighter, which means that I'm using more wool than she is in hers, so it makes sense. So that is where I am. I'm going to go and measure this, and then we're going to go to Little Venice, so I shall bring you along with me there. I am wearing my new skirt that I just bought. I bought this here because I liked it. So it's got this kind of crochet lacy look to it. It has got an underskirt, but it is completely see-through because I am wearing dark knickers because I didn't think about that, which is why I'm bringing my top down here to cover it. But it is a nice flowy skirt for the sunny weather. So that is where we are. I'm going to go and measure and I will see you guys in the next. Hi guys, we are home. In fact, we've been home for around 3-4 hours now. We've got the house back to how it should look. I've just realised my daughter hasn't removed her washing that I asked her to remove so I could put mine up, but there we go. I have been out and met up with a friend for a drink, which was lovely. We're going to do that again soon, which will be even nicer. And I didn't get a chance to talk to my friend before I went for that drink. I had planned to speak to somebody else, one of my other lovely friends, before I went out for that drink, but unfortunately it took us 3.5-ish hours to get home, so over an hour longer than it should have taken us really. But we made it home. Matthew is now cooking dinner. We are having treat day orzo, which is one of my favourites, so I'm really excited about that. I've managed to put all the clothes away in their various positions and I am now back to crocheting. And the great news is that when I got home, my extra wool had arrived, so it was here waiting for me, which was absolutely amazing because and thank you DPD for allowing you to make adjustments to your deliveries, because I had a Scentsy delivery that was due and I didn't think it was going to come until next week, maybe the week after, because of the sale that we recently had. And I thought, yeah, it won't come in the 4 days I'm away because I only ordered it last week and they put it down for delivery on Thursday. So luckily DPD sent a message saying that they were delivering it and I went, no, please bring it back on Monday. So that worked out. And then this wool, I ordered it on next day delivery yesterday and I was hoping that it would come later in the day. And I got a message that I only saw because I was thinking about it when I was driving home. I was like, oh my goodness, what? I haven't had a message from DPD. I had my phone on silent, so I missed it. And it was 15 minutes into the delivery window and I put, please place it over the back fence. Luckily it came and it was flat enough for them to squeeze it through the letterbox. So they did that, which so grateful for. So I am actually on this colour now. I am now on to the part where I am making the legs. My wool came next day delivery, as I said last week, and I am using it. I'm definitely needing more wool than the video that I'm following, but that is because my bum is bigger than her bum. So definitely need to up the wool, which I think is great for you guys to be able to watch her video, watch my video. You can kind of see the size difference between the two of us, so it can kind of give you a gauge of how much wool you would need to make these shorts if you wanted them. And I have realised that I made a mistake. So, well, not a mistake, it's just, I think it's more of a style preference. And I mean, there is certain stitches that you have to do one way or another. However, let me get it here for you to show you. So, you have your stitches. And some people work into the back of a stitch and some people work in the front. So you've got these kind of chevron shapes and you've got the back and the front, and some people will work into the back and some will work into the front, and some will work right through the middle and go through the back and the front. Well, I looked at these shorts, watched her do it, and I for some reason had it in my head that she was going through both. So I've been working through both the whole time. So my shorts look a little bit different to hers, which is not a bad thing, and I'm not upset about it, but I've only just noticed it now because she is doing the leg part. So she's now making increases in the crotch area. So at the front and at the back, we're adding in some double stitches into one stitch, and treble on the back, you know, because booties are bigger. And it was only when I was watching that we were close enough that I could see that she was only going through one and not through both. So yeah, causes a bit of an issue when doing this part, because when you come to the front, you've done 2 into 1 stitch, and she wants you to crochet the stitch, then go through the middle of the 2, then crochet the other stitch. And I'm like, but I've just been crocheting into the stitch in the middle in the first place. So yeah, that's the thing. But let me lay it down and I will show you how far I've got.
Okay guys, quick little update. I have finished this section here with the increases in the middle. So I've been doing 2 double crochet into the middle of the front and 3 double crochet into the middle of the back to make that bend to go round the bum cheeks, which has worked out really nicely. Then we needed to create a chain between the 2 points to join them together. Now on the video she did a chain of 11, which was 7 centimeters, but I put these on and measured with a tape measure, then did the chain that I thought I needed and tried them on again just to make sure that they weren't sitting too tight on me. So I've actually done almost double that. I told you I've got a big bum. So I did 13, which was a chain of 21, 22. So I have done that. I am now starting to, from there, did a chain of 2 up, and then we're going around with the half double crochet around the leg, and then we're going to come up the middle, and then we're going to do the same on the other side and create the legs. So yeah, it's coming together. It is coming together. I'm very excited. Very excited. I am finding that I think I've done it too wide, so I've probably lost out on a lot of material that I could have used actually by making it too wide on my hips. So that's something that you would need to just monitor, that you don't go out too much. I only went the same sort of depth she went to with the increase. I think I actually stopped increasing a lot earlier than her, so maybe I did too many increases each time I went round. But yeah, I've gone too big, so there is a bit of excess material in it. But for my first proper clothing item, I am pretty impressed with how we are doing, so I am not going to be mad about it. So I'm going to just carry on doing the crochet around the leg, and I will come back to you when I have finished doing that bit. Okay, so you have seen me making the shorts and what that looked like. I was doing it in the car, which was very bumpy at some points. It was very, very awkward. I did have 2 different wool makes. I will link everything that I used below for you, and I used the wool that Bruna had suggested that you use. I did find that the dark blue, the Lion brand, was so much nicer to work with. It was more solid, whereas the other wool, the cotton yarn, seemed to be, it acted more like cross-stitch thread, where you kind of get one strand and you rip it into 6 pieces. It was so hard to continually pick up all of the threads, so I did find that quite difficult. And one of the other things was, because I adjusted the size based on my waist and hip measurements, I needed more wool than she used. So I found a couple of points in there where I had to order more of the navy blue and more of the heather colour that I used. So that did, 1, slow me down, but 2, mean that I was a little bit off with being able to do the same pattern that she did. So I had to change that up a little bit, which I didn't mind, but I would have preferred to have stuck to what she did. And then I am going to insert a clip here of a video of me wearing the shorts and showing you what that looked like. So we'll go over and look at that, and then I will come back and end out the video with you. So these are the completed shorts. I'm happy that I did the project. I really enjoyed doing it, and I'm really proud that I actually finished it. It took me 8 days in total. So as you can see, there is a lot of movement in those legs. There is a lot of excess there. So as some of you know, I added that extra heather piece, that purpley colour, and created too big a waist for myself. They are way too big. It should have just been that blue band at the top, but it was fitting too tight. So I added extra. I was concerned that once I started doing the circle that it wouldn't go over my hips because they're quite big. Next time I will follow the instructions to the letter. As you can see, I could probably have got away with just the blue band. There is so much extra there. The length I really like. It's a little bit longer than the originals, I believe, but I'm a more mature lady, so that works for me. So guys, as you can see, they are too big for me. I really should have trusted it a little bit more. It's very difficult when you're doing something that is either knitted or crocheted, because you don't know until it's finished whether it's really going to fit properly if you haven't got exact measurements for your size and a pattern to follow strictly from that. You just can't tell. There's so much that can change the types of wool you use. Obviously that was the same for me, but my gauge was slightly different. My measurements were different to hers, so it was always going to be a slightly hit or miss on the fitting, but I feel like I should have just trusted that even though it didn't look like it was going to fit me to begin with, I wish I had just followed her pattern to the letter and not tried to fix it before I'd completed it. Now, if I hadn't tried to fix it before I completed it and continued, and it was too small, then it would have been too small and I still wouldn't have something that I could wear out. So either way, it's one of those that's a little hit and miss. Now, what I can do, and what I think I'm probably going to do, is undo the shorts and go back to the original, knowing now that it does come up a little bit bigger. What I found is I actually washed them before I tried them on for you guys, because I thought maybe I've stretched it out too much with the trying them on all of the time whilst I was doing it, to try and make sure that I was doing it correctly. So I washed them and dried them, but it's still far too big round the waist area, but it did fit really nicely on my hips. So I'm thinking I just need to change that waistband back. So I can undo it and redo it, and obviously it only took me 8 days, so I could do it. I don't know whether I will. There are other things that I want to get on with, so it might be something that I come back to, but unfortunately they are not something that I am going to be able to wear. They are a little bit too high-waisted for me, and I think that is because I have made the growth part too big, so it has to sit up higher on me. So it's not something that I'm going to be able to wear, unfortunately. Now, if I had sewed them with material, obviously, if they were too big, I could just bring in the seams and it would just be an easy fix. Unfortunately, you don't get that with crochet and knitting. So it is a undo it all and start again, which is a shame. So maybe crocheting my clothes isn't something that I am going to try again. Not with shorts anyway. So we will see. I have plenty of other crafting tasks that I want to get done, sewing tasks and things like that, so I'll pop the video in of the ones that I am looking to make this year, and so if you like any of those, then please do stick around, hit that subscribe button and notification bell so you know next time I upload home fragrance during the week. On a Thursday I do a crafting video or a decluttering video on a Sunday, and then I do some more personal story times on a Tuesday on the odd occasion. So if that is something you're interested in, then please hit that subscribe button and that notification bell. Don't forget to hit the like button on your way out. Thank you so much for joining me today, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye for now.